Hello, and welcome to Introduction to Human Geography. Please remember to give this video a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel, and leave a comment down below about what my next video should be about. Thank you. What do geographers focus on? Geographers study the Earth and the distribution of its features. Geographers focus on spatial organization and the way a group is arranged on Earth's surface. Spatial perspective is important to geographers because they can come up with solutions about things because of spatial perspective. The 5 themes of geography. Tools used by geographers to describe and organize patterns and connections in the use of space. 5 themes of geography are movement, region, location, place, and human-environmental interaction. Location. Two types of location are absolute location and relative location. Absolute location gives the exact address. It can be done using latitude and longitude or some exact information. Relative location gives location by referring to other things. Movement. Movement is how goods, people, and more move from one location to another. Relative distance. How far is it? Linear distance. The exact distance between 2 points. Intervening obstacles. An event or factor that discourages people from migrating from one place to another. Human-environmental interaction. Human-environmental interaction. People change their environment to meet their needs or adapt to their environments. Place. Place. Places that have location, direction, and distance with respect to other places. Places have physical and cultural content. Characteristics of places change over time. Elements of places interact with each other. The content of a place is organized. Places may be classified into regions with similarities and differences. Region. Region, an area on the Earth's surface with similar characteristics. They share common physical and human characteristics. Three types of regions: formal, functional, perceptual. Formal regions, an area of land with limited number of related characteristics. They are characterized by having common properties that bring the area together. Formal regions can be defined as ethnicity, religion, language, population, and other aspects of culture. Types of formal regions are United States, Canada, Latin America, Europe, East Asia, Africa, Australia, and Oceania. Functional regions are organized around a set of interactions and connections between places. Perceptual regions. The way an individual views an area, whether it is based upon fact or their own personal opinion. Diffusion. Diffusion, the movement of any characteristic. Relocation diffusion, the physical spread of cultures, ideas, and diseases through people. Examples: bubonic plague, colonization of North America, and religion. Expansion diffusion, the spread of a characteristic from a central node or hearth through various regions. This is known as a snowballing process. Types of expansion diffusions are hierarchical, stimulus, and contagious. Hierarchical diffusion, the idea that a phenomenon spreads by the social elite and then filters down through the masses. Example: fashion. Reverse hierarchical diffusion, when a phenomenon spreads first through the masses and then works up to the social elite. Examples: NASCAR, Walmart, and rap music. Contagious diffusion, a type of expansion diffusion usually associated with diseases. Example: bubonic plague. Stimulus diffusion, a type of expansion diffusion where part of an idea spreads and creates an innovative product. Example: technology and McDonald's in India. Maps. Map, a representation of the Earth's surface. GIS, Geographical Information System, used to store and display analyzed data. GPS, Global Positioning System, used to pinpoint a location. Longitude is vertical and has the same length and same beginning. Latitude is horizontal and has different lengths. Time zones, a region throughout which the time standard is used. International date line, a line on Earth's surface that runs from the North Pole to the South Pole. If you cross the line, the date and the dates changes. Scale, a relationship of the size of the map to an amount of the area it represents on the planet. The smaller the scale, the less details on the map. Distortion occurs when a three-dimensional object is put on a two-dimensional map. The larger the scale, the less distortion because it is a smaller map. City maps have the least amount of distortion. Projection, the transformation of latitudes and longitudes from the locations on the surface of the sphere into locations on plane. Types of projections. Equal area projection keeps the size of the amount or the area intact but distorts the shapes. Mercator map has the worst distortion but useful for determining distance. Robinson projection has distortion and is round. Cylindrical map shows true direction. Planar projection shows true direction and examines Earth from one point. Conic projection tries to maintain distance but loses directional qualities. Goods interrupted equal area map true size landmass. Thematic maps are maps that are created for a specific purpose or to represent a particular theme. Choropleth map, put in spatial format by assigning colors or patterns to areas. Cartogram is a variable like population is substituted for land size. Dot map. The size of the dot determines the amounts measured. The bigger the dot, the greater the measurement. Flowline map is used to determine direction of movement like migration. Parts of a map. T, title. O, orientation. D, dates. A, author. L, legend. S, scale, also known as totals. Cholera. Spatial analysis observing various activity locations, seeing relationships between these activities, identifying sequence, connections, and patterns, using patterns to explain, predict, or create. Geographers look for spatial relationships and patterns across Earth and across time. Cholera is a severe infectious disease of the small intestine. It can be contracted by contaminated water and food. For centuries, it was confined to India, but in the early 19th century, it spread to other parts of Asia, Europe, and the Americas. In the 1970s and 1980s, cholera epidemics occurred in the Middle East and Africa, and there was a localized outbreak of the disease in Naples, Italy. In the early 1990s, there was an epidemic that began in Peru and spread to several other countries in Latin America. There was a vaccine for cholera, but it was only limited to 6 months. John Snow helped end a severe cholera outbreak in England in the 19th century. He used data to figure out the reason why everyone was getting sick. The 5 steps John Snow used were: number 1, ask; number 2, acquire; number 3, arrange; number 4, analyze; and last, answer. Thank you for watching my video, and please remember to subscribe.